Hello, my name is James Cressman, and I am a junior majoring in computer science at Bloomsburg, and I'm doing my project on mass surveillance around the globe and how different countries conduct surveillance and the different issues that arise with it. Here are some types of surveillance that are being used today that I found to be most prevalent for this presentation. Location tracking, photo and video recording, online data mining, and traffic monitoring. Now, there are more types of surveillance, but these are the most prevalent today and used by governments to track their citizens. Now, just as important are the way that these countries use their surveilled data, such as for the photos and videos that they've recorded, they can combine them with facial recognition technology and automated license plate readers to track citizens and their vehicles around their respective country. This kind of data can also link citizens to protests and government opposition, to which the government might take action against them so that they don't keep protesting. Now, there's another thing that lumps this all together called pattern of life tracking. And this allows governments to use AI and predictive models to see what their citizens might do, and most importantly, if they go against that. For instance, if a citizen is typically going to work every day and then suddenly, without any other warning, they upright and leave, the government will be notified to that and can monitor them more closely to track what they're doing. For the issues with mass surveillance, first off, there aren't many safeguards in place to stop abuse. So once governments are able to surveil their citizens, they often will and as aggressively as they can to collect data on them. However, this comes with the problem of data leaks and hacks. If a government is going to store every single person's unique and private information, then that leaves it very susceptible to being hacked or leaked. This can also violate human rights and be anti-freedom, as when being surveilled and recorded, this can violate certain freedom of speech and expression laws and can also lead to profiling based on a limited data set of the surveilled data. Now, here are some countries with evident mass surveillance. China is often cited when talking about mass surveillance, as in the People's Republic of China, they have one of the largest networks of monitoring systems that's used by the CCP, Chinese Communist Party, to monitor its citizens. Furthermore, as far as China's cameras and facial recognition, they have between 600 and 700 million cameras in use today that all have equipped with AI facial recognition. And then they also have the social credit system, which is to provide a holistic assessment of an individual or company's trustworthiness. To say that the consequences of a poor social credit score could be serious, may affect travel prospects, employment, access to finance, and the ability to enter contracts. On the other hand, a very high social credit score could make business transactions much easier. And the goal of the system is for people and businesses to make fully informed decisions, and a high social credit score will be an indicator that the party can be trusted. Also, the United Kingdom and its tracking methods include public cameras, such as like traffic cameras and congestion cameras, that record and store innocent people's likeness with little protection for the citizens from a data leak or other ways of being hacked. And then they also have surveillance as far as their internet activity goes, since the implementation of the Online Safety Act, which has strict age verification and identification methods to access different parts of the internet, forcing people to give up their privacy in order to browse what should be the free World Wide Web. India has the Aadhaar system, which is one of the largest biometric identity programs in the world. It has its over 1.4 billion residents, about 99% of its residents, signed up through the Aadhaar system, where they each get a 12-digit identification number and have extensive biometric data to identify each and every one of the citizens registered. They have also recently been combining this with their voting system. The combination of the Aadhaar system with India's voting system has some benefits, which can reduce fraud if somebody is double registered to vote or voting on someone else's behalf when they should not. Well, instead, with the Aadhaar system, India's voting commission would be able to use the biometric data to make sure they know exactly who's voting, and so that residents could vote for candidates in their hometown or home district even when they are far away. However, the issues are this relies on a private company to install and manage these systems at the actual voter sites, which again increases the risk of data leaks and hacking for its innocent citizens. The United States is also not immune to surveillance, as with wiretapping in the Patriot Act, because only 8 days after the tragic terrorist attacks on New York and the Twin Towers, the Bush administration unveiled its proposed Anti-Terrorism Act, the Patriot Act, that included changes to the nation's current surveillance laws, and was passed just 5 weeks later by Congress. The Patriot Act reduces and eliminates the role of judges in ensuring that law enforcement's wiretapping is conducted legally and with proper justification. In more recent history, ICE and traffic cameras have been an issue of mass surveillance, where this private company of Flock Safety Cameras has set up nationwide cameras to track vehicle license plate numbers and potentially people's faces so that they can spot them anywhere around the country. And these are my works cited. Thank you for watching.